and aloha everyone. This is Mahina at Celestial Goddess Tarot. In this reading, we will connect with your future spouse and their personality, their zodiac sign, their core values, and we'll also connect with their characteristics and some physical traits. And in the second part, we'll also explore a significant past life that you had with your future spouse and the soul lessons, and also your marriage dynamic in this life. The first three cards at the top represent your future spouse, and the bottom row of cards represent the soul energy, the soul connection between you two and your past life. For every group, I connect with the collective of the higher selves of all of each group, and I always ask for messages that are in your highest good to hear in this moment. The purpose of this reading is, especially for those who are single and may be finding it difficult to meet and date like-minded souls. So for my spiritual singles, I feel you. This reading is intended for everyone, but especially for you. And remember just to take what resonates and leave the rest. And most importantly, just have fun with these readings and let them help you imagine the ideal future spouse and life partner that you'd want for yourself. For the future spouse cards, I've used petals from a white rose. So this is group 1. Group 2. And group 3. And now choose between groups 4, 5, and 6 for past life energies and soul connection. This is group 4. This is red tiger's eye. Pink or lavender amethyst. And tumbled celestite. Before you choose your groups, take a deep breath and ground into Mother Earth and tune into your heart. Connect with your higher self and remember that when it comes to love readings, things may change, and so the energies that you pick now are connected to where your energy is currently at. And know that you always have free will to choose and choose again. And so only take what resonates and leave the rest. And remember to have fun with this reading. If you chose group 1, this is your reading. So the card to represent your future spouse is the star. The star represents Aquarius energy, and so your future spouse may be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. They are an optimistic person and a leader. A lot of people go to them for advice. They're pretty wise, and some people may put them on a pedestal, but despite that, they don't let it get to their head most of the time. They're pretty balanced and they see the bigger picture. They see things for what they are. To connect with their core values and their characteristics, their personality, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune represents Jupiter in the tarot. Again, this person is wise and helpful, and they're naturally lucky. I think no matter what happens in their life, they're able to turn things around in a graceful way. And with the Knight of Wands, I feel that they're quite spiritual, and of course they rush towards their heart's desires and they express how they feel openly. And I'd say they're romantic as well. They will always communicate with you how they're feeling, how much they love you. They'll share how happy they are for having found you. I'm really feeling the warmth in my heart as I tune into their energy. Next we have Healer and Alchemist. I'm really feeling that they're such a warm person. People come to them for words of encouragement. So even just their words are very healing, their energy, their presence. And so a lot of people in their life come to them for advice and really feel, and they really encourage others and help them see the bigger picture and give them hope. And with Alchemist, connected to the Wheel of Fortune, again, there's that message that they've been through a lot in life and they really worked hard in transforming their own energies and creating a better life for themselves despite whatever they've gone through in the past. And that could be a difficult childhood or adolescence, maybe a turbulent family life, or difficult relationships with people in their family. But despite everything, they've been able to transmute any dense or negative energies within them and around them by going within and taking action to heal themselves, and whether that's through energy healing, therapy. There's so many different healing modalities, but they've really worked on themselves in order to change their inner and outer world. We also have the Hierophant. Knight of Cups. And Knight of Pentacles. So this person is going to be very protective of you and is protective of the people in their life, their loved ones. They're also, again, very balanced. I mean, we have the elements represented here: pentacles, cups, so earth, water, wands, fire, and then them having strong air energy with a star, maybe prominent air energy in their birth chart, so they could be an air rising or ascendant, or just have a stellium in an air sign. And they really take action. One thing in terms of core values that's really important to your future spouse is loyalty and putting action behind words. I'm getting the message that they've experienced a lot of relationships, family, friends, romantic, where people have said one thing but then done another, and it's really important to them that the people in their life, especially their spouse, always acts with integrity and follows through with actions after promising certain things. And so especially with all this night energy and the Hierophant, I'm really feeling that maybe one of their most important qualities that they're looking for in someone, and I'm sure it's a quality that you have, because this is the energies of your future spouse. And so that is one thing that they're going to really love about you and about your marriage, is that you follow through and they're able to rely on you. You're able to protect and depend on each other. For physical traits, I want all my love readings to resonate and guide anyone, no matter their sexual orientation or preference. And so when I refer to divine masculine energy, that really can be for anyone, because we all have divine masculine and divine feminine energy within us all. And it's just a matter of many people have one energy that is more dominant. For the divine masculine person, I do feel this person I'm seeing a man with longer hair, or even hair down to past their chin, or even longer. And for the divine feminine person, for women, I'm seeing long hair as well. And of course, take what resonates. But with the Wheel of Fortune, the Jupiter energy, and the Knight of Wands and the Star, I really feel that this person will have the ideal physical traits that you're looking for in a person. Like, the passion is pretty high and intense between you two, with the Knight energy and the Wands. And the Star, of course. Okay, so we're gonna use the Astro Dice and get a few letters. Get more messages. So again, we have Aquarius. So this person really has strong air energy, or Aquarius energy. And we have Saturn. So your future spouse is going to be such a unique and edgy person, and they're going to value community and humanitarianism and doing what's best for the world, for their community. They may have a unique fashion sense and not care about following trends. I'm sure they're a trendsetter. And with Saturn represents working hard, responsibilities, being disciplined, and wisdom. And so I'm really feeling that they have worked really hard in their life to get to where they are, and they're very successful in what they do. I'm really feeling that they're a leader in whatever industry they work in. So we'll pull a few letters. A lot one to come out for this one. So we have A, T, W, N, 2 V's. So these can be initials, your initials, their initials. And now pick between groups 4, 5, and 6 to find out more about your past life with your future spouse and your soul connection. If you chose group 2, this is your reading. And so the card or archetype that represents your future spouse is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant represents Taurus in the major arcana. And so your future spouse may be a Taurus, a sun, moon, rising, or have prominent earth energy, so they can be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And they're quite spiritual in their own way. And I'm getting the message that they express it differently than others. It may not be in the stereotypical way, but they have an innate wisdom that they share with others. Meditation and reflection is so important to them. And I'm just seeing you both taking a lot of nature walks together. These nature walks are kind of like your cocoon. You both have really deep conversations when you take walks out in nature together. I'm seeing you guys walk in forests and going hiking and walking along beaches, being by the water, gardens. Your future spouse is also represented by the moon, and Hermit. So the Hermit is Virgo energy, and the moon is represented by Pisces, connected to Pisces. And so while they definitely have strong earth energy, where they like their routines, I'm getting the vibe that they like to spend time at home, and that you both will be spending a lot of time together just hanging out at home. They also have this beautiful imagination and creative side, and so they can be artists or even create art just for fun, just for pleasure. They may be writers. They may really enjoy fantasy novels like Lord of the Rings, or even books such as Harry Potter, the Harry Potter series. So anything magical or connected to fantasy, they're really into that. You probably both will be into it together. I see you guys staying in to watch your favorite movies together, your favorite films like Harry Potter or other fantasy films that you both really enjoy. We also have Child Wounded and Avenger. I'm hearing the message that they may have had a very difficult past or childhood, and because of those experiences, they may have gone through a period where they found it difficult to trust others and didn't really let other people get too close. They may have not been as open to making new friends in college or in their adult life, and they may have more long-term friends from childhood where they feel there's more trust. And they may have spent a lot of time on their own in terms of just reflecting on life and how to learn from past experiences and to heal themselves. They've done so much inner work and healed a lot of shadow within them, a lot of the wounds And because of this, they definitely, especially when you meet them, your future spouse connects more with the light attributes of this card. And they connect very easily with others now. They are very empathic, especially with the moon, Pisces energy. Their past experiences has taught them to be compassionate towards others, and they've learned how to be compassionate towards themselves as well. And they may have learned of how to create shields of protection around them because they're so empathic, and they feel, and they have strong clairsentience, so they feel the energies around them, other people's energies, quite strongly. And so they've really learned and honed in on their ability to protect their own energy and to discern what they're feeling versus what other people are feeling. And with Avenger, I'm getting the message that they've really had to stick up for themselves with certain family members or people that used to be close friends or relatives. And because of those experiences, it's important to them to always do the right thing. They may do volunteer work or donate to charities that contribute to social justice and humanitarian causes. We also have the Star, the Death card, and Page of Wands. So I'm actually going to switch to this. I feel the Death card is more connected to their past, where they've gone through so many transformations. It's connected to Scorpio. They've had to release quite a few relationships in their life that felt dysfunctional. And I say that without judgment, because truly people are where they are, and your future spouse has come to the realization that we can't change people, but we always have the free will to choose the people in our life and choose who to let into our world, especially in terms of close relationships. And so they're better able now to recognize healthier friendships and interactions. And with the Star card and the Page of Wands, your future spouse will communicate their feelings for you quite intensely. And I'm really feeling that they're going to sing to you whenever you're hanging out, or when they have this fun energy, and they're always going to tell you how much they love you and they care about you. And with this Star card, I really feel that when you meet them and when you really get to know them, you're going to be so surprised that this person exists. Like, this person is someone you've been truly waiting your whole life for. There may be a point where you're on a date and you just start crying, or it's almost overwhelming how amazing they are, and you're going to feel so lucky that you found them. And they're lucky to have found you as well. Yeah, I'm really feeling that you both are going to have such a beautiful relationship. And I'll go through the relationship dynamic more in the other groups, like groups 4, 5, and 6, especially when we explore the past life energies. Now let's take a look at the Astro Dice for more messages. So we have Mercury, and Capricorn. Yeah, so we have, again, strong earth energy. I mean, the 3 earth signs are represented here: Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And then with Mercury, so they can have strong earth placements in their birth chart. And they're going to be extremely dependable. Like, when you ask them to do something, to help you with something, they've got your back always. And with Mercury, again, with communication and talking things through is very important to them. I'm feeling that no matter what you guys go through, it's so important for them to take the time to talk things through and to not go to bed angry. So if something happens that upsets either one of you, it's important for them to at least try to talk things through at night when it's just you two. And they're always going to communicate how they feel. They'll always be truthful and will speak from their heart. This person sounds amazing. I hope I pick this group in the future. In terms of physical traits, so I don't want to go too much into physical traits because these are general readings, but I can share some of the visions that I'm having. If it's a guy, I'm really seeing a guy with darker hair, so like dark brown, black hair. And it could be any length. I'm seeing short and long. And I'm seeing a guy with olive skin. And I'm seeing all different skin colors, to be honest. But they're taller. And I think they have a slim build or muscular arms. But they definitely feel tall if they're a guy. And for women, and of course take this as it resonates, because everyone has a different preference, sexual preference, but we all have divine feminine and masculine energies within us. For women, I'm seeing more average height or petite and curvy, and curvy hips. And more wavy hair, medium length to longer wavy hair. And I'm getting the message that if they're women, they really love crystals. And so you may buy them crystals for gifts. Okay, let's get a few letters. Okay, so we have X, S, and G. And I'll get a few more, because group 1 had quite a few. Whoa. We have Z, Y, and L. Maybe they used to wear designer. Yves Saint Laurent. Or... see. So these could be initials of their name or your initials. Well, thank you, group 2. I hope these messages resonated, and go ahead and choose between groups 4, 5, and 6 to learn more about your past life with your future spouse and your soul connection. If you chose group 3, this is your reading. And so the card that best represents your future spouse is the Mother Star. This is an extra card in the Wandering Star Tarot. For me, this card represents divine feminine energy. And so your future spouse can have really strong divine feminine energy within them, no matter how they identify. And if they're more divine masculine, they're very balanced. They're very in touch with their divine feminine. I'm hearing right away that they They may have strong Leo placements in their birth chart, or you may have that, and strong Cancer placements. So that's for either your future spouse or for you. So energies that represent their core values and their characteristics, we have the Death card and the Hanged Man. The Death card is Scorpio energy, so again, water signs. And the Hanged Man represents Neptune. Neptune is like Pisces or 12th house energy, so your future spouse may have a vivid imagination and strong dreams. Your future spouse may have memorable dreams where they're able to do dream recall quite quickly or quite often in order to help them understand certain or work through certain situations in their life. And they may have really strong visions as well. I'm really getting that message with the skull here and the activated third eye. And many of you may have waited quite a long time for your future spouse. And just take it as it resonates, but either them or you may have been married before. They may have gone through a period where they weren't sure if they would want to marry again, just after what they've been through. Maybe it was a difficult divorce or separation. However, when they meet you, that's just going to change. They're just going to know that you two are really compatible and such a good match. After you meet them, you're both activating your psychic abilities within each other. So I feel that you both have such a strong energetic and spiritual connection. It's going to be quite surprising when you first meet. And you may even have some of the same dreams. And so eventually when you get comfortable with each other and are able to be more vulnerable, when you ask each other about your dreams, you'll be like, yeah, I had that same dream the other day. And so you probably already connect in the dream world, in the astral world, even now. We also have Mother and Scribe. Another confirmation of their strong connection with their divine feminine energy. They're such a nurturing person and so caring, patient, and they love unconditionally. I feel that you both will love each other unconditionally and just accept each other as you are. And you may have a child or several children together, and it's possible they may already have a child with their first partner, but of course take it as it resonates. It's just one of the messages I'm getting. And you're both going to create your own family together as well. Like, I'm really feeling that you both complement each other, and you're both givers, where maybe in the past you both were in relationships and romantic and friendships where, because you're both so giving and caring, maybe you gave more than, and a lot of the people around you took, or past partners, and were just okay with taking, whereas together, because you're both givers, you both are always helping each other out and always considering the other person and making major decisions. You're both like your future spouse, but of course I'm feeling that it's both of you. Both are very balanced in your energies. Like you both are so mature and have this strong inner strength and inner wisdom of seeing the bigger picture and being balanced in terms of self-care and work, like all around. Next we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, and Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, so again, that Empress energy, that divine feminine, nurturing, caring personality. And it's something that they're going to love in you as well. Like caring for others and living a heart-centered life is so important to them. And that's what attracts you both to each other. And they're going to be so carefree. With the Fool and the Wheel of Fortune. Especially in romance, I'm getting the message that they really are in a place right now where they're learning to go with the flow in life, especially given their past major romantic partnerships. They're in a place where they're just surrendering. With the Scribe card, they may be a writer or copy editor, like reading books and texts and articles may be a big part of their work or their career. And one thing they may be considering is writing an autobiography. Your future spouse may want to write about their difficult romantic experiences and how they got through them. It may be something they want to share with others. I really feel they could be any sign, but I am getting a lot of fixed energy as well, like with Scorpio, and I mentioned Leo earlier, and with the Wheel of Fortune card, with these 4 fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Yeah, they may have strong fixed energies in their birth chart. For physical traits, I'm seeing a guy with broad shoulders and like short to medium hair, length hair. They dress pretty simply, like t-shirt and jeans, so they're pretty casual. They may work from home. And for women, I'm seeing straight hair, like short or medium length hair. And I'm seeing different types of skin color. And curvy. Like they have a beautiful, beautiful womanly curves. And they dress pretty casual as well. Let's get a few messages from the Astro Dice. We have Mercury and Sagittarius. So again with that happy-go-lucky energy, a person who is optimistic, carefree, romantic, but they also just say how they feel. This person, your future spouse, will be very communicative with you and the people in their life, especially with Mercury coming out. And at times they may be blunt and it may take you by surprise, but they always mean well. So there may be, I'm getting the message that there may be times when certain comments may feel that your future spouse says may feel insensitive, but they mean well, and so it'll just be something that you address and that you talk through, and something that they'll learn from you to think about being more sensitive in their delivery. But yeah, I'm getting that message. Let's get a few letters. So we have U, S, E. So they may be from the US, or these can be letters, initials, or your initials. S, G, and we get one more, and F. Angels, any last messages for group 3? They may really love to read, and so they'll know a lot about everything. And so they'll love to talk. They're the type of person that, or they can connect with and have a conversation with anybody on the subway or on the street. Like, they can find a way to connect with someone and find common ground. They're so intuitive and smart, like street smart, but also wise. They're always exploring different topics that interest them. And when they are really passionate about something, about learning something, they really go all in. And so that's something you're going to love about them. And you may have that in common. And one last message I'm getting, that they love watching shows on Gaia TV, and that may be something that you do together. Like, you stay in for date night and you watch different shows about esoteric knowledge or spirituality on Gaia TV together. That's like your Netflix. I love that you both will connect quite well in terms of on a spiritual level. Well, thank you, group 3. I hope these messages resonated, and go ahead and choose between groups 4, 5, and 6 to learn more about your soul connection with your future spouse and a significant past life that you've had together. Hi, group 4. If you chose the red tiger's eye, this is your reading. So in this reading, we're going to explore your soul connection with your future spouse and significant past lives that you've shared, and also the marriage dynamic in this life. So in terms of your soul connection, we have the Thoth light codes: light initiation, great teacher awakening, and divine magic. So with this card, one strong message I got was that you both shared a life in ancient Egypt, and I feel even a life in Atlantis together. And you were both very spiritual people. You may have been priests and priestesses or worked in the temples. And you or them may have been an advisor to the pharaohs and to the leaders during that time. I'm seeing you and your future spouse in your past lives as either colleagues or friends, and you've always had a strong connection where you both really understood each other and connected, especially in terms of your spirituality. However, for many of you, because of your devotion to your work, I'm feeling that many of you didn't have a romantic relationship in those past lives in either Atlantis or Egypt, ancient Egypt. And of course, there may be other lives, other timelines where you were together romantically, but for the purpose of this reading, I'm just going to connect with one or two significant past lives that play a role in your marriage and relationship in this life. So in terms of soul connection and soul lessons, we have surrender. I can release my need to control. And loneliness. I know that I am never alone. I'm getting the message that you and your future spouse have each waited a very long time for each other. And you finally meet when you both surrender to the universe in terms of trusting that your spiritual team, the universe, will guide you to each other. And you'll meet when you're focused less on finding them, finding your soulmate, and you focus more on your life and your passions and your soul purpose. I'm hearing the message also that you and your spouse may have had many lives where you devoted your life to the greater good, to spirituality, to helping others. You are glad to do it and are glad to do it again in this life. But this life you're wanting to create a family, even if that means, because also having, whether you want children or not, you will build some sort of family with your spouse. That can be in terms of having pets, because pets are like our children as well. Or creating a family dynamic with close friends. Or even you may be a blended family. Your future spouse may have a child already when you meet, or you may have a child. So in some way you're going to create your own family. And it's a dream that it's a wish that you wanted for this life because of having so many past lives solo where you didn't feel you were in a position to create a family because of the work that you did or your soul purpose or mission. Next we have Ace of Swords, clarity, King of Cups, control, and Seven of Swords, deception. I'm getting the message that your connection is very much protected by Archangel Michael, by your spiritual teams, and you both are meant to meet and be together in this life. Because in your past lives, you weren't able to be romantic, be in a romantic relationship, and there may have been other lives after ancient Egypt, before now, where due to circumstances you couldn't be together. And so in this life, your connection is very much protected. You also feel in terms of the energies between you two and your marriage dynamic, there's a lot of communication, like with all this blue, this light blue. Your throat chakras will be activated in this marriage, in this relationship, for both of you. You both will communicate with each other with such love and honesty. And so in the past you may have experienced a lot of deception, and also your future spouse in past relationships, but that's not the case with your future spouse. You both have learned from those experiences, and so speaking from the heart and compassion and mutual love and respect is so important to both of you. And it's a big reason, it's something you both value, and it's a big reason as to why you choose each other in this life. Okay, let's get a few more messages. Okay. Group 4 is collective of Group 4 is Higher Self. Please give us more messages about the marriage between Group 4 and their future spouse. More messages of love from their spouse. How many? 2 to 3. We're going to do 3. So this is the first one. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. I feel this represents maybe what's happening now, whether you're in a relationship with this person now and you're just both needing space, or you haven't met them yet. So there's a message to just trust and have faith that you will meet at the right time. I truly believe in divine timing, when you both will meet, when it's in the highest good for both of your souls. And we have this card, soulmate. Oh, I love that. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So there's that reminder that they're already with you at the soul level. You're already together. And so just remember that. Oh, I love that you got the soulmate card. That's beautiful. Because I really feel that you guys are such old souls. And you and your future spouse have had many lives together. I believe that we have many soulmates, whether it's, friends, family, romantic. But it's always different for everyone in terms of the spouse that you choose in every life. But for your current life and this life, you both have chosen to be together. And your final card, and the message is, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. If you may be going through a difficult time now in terms of dating people that may be taking you for granted. And if it's not dating, then maybe some of the friends or people in your life now may be taking you for granted, or you feel like they don't really get you. You may feel that you don't have that many people in your life where you can be 100% yourself. With your future spouse, both of you will be able to completely be 100% yourself with each other. Like, there's nothing that you can say to them that is too weird, because they may also think the same thing or feel the same way. I feel that you both are very open-minded, and it's because on a soul level, you're such old souls and have had so many lives and have such strong inner wisdom from all these experiences that you're so connected to spirit and are so open-minded in terms of your spirituality, and you both see the bigger picture. And so your conversations, you're really going to communicate a lot and talk a lot about, like, have in-depth conversations about your beliefs. And I really feel you both will activate each other spiritually and continue to grow spiritually and encourage each other to learn about the world, about the universe, about anything really. You both will really support each other. In group 4's angels and spirit team, any more final messages? The last message I'm getting is that many of you with your future spouse may have had a difficult time in Atlantis or ancient Egypt. I'm feeling more so Atlantis. And there may be some healing, past life healing that will happen when you get together. And so you both may trigger the need to heal certain wounds from that past life together. But you both will get through it and support each other. But you'll both find that there are some pretty heavy dreams or memories that come up from that life. So it may be intense at first, but this is a life now where you both will heal that wound, because we're not meant to carry these wounds from life to life. There's always, depending on the soul and their free will and choice to develop their own spirituality and to connect with their inner wisdom, there's always the opportunity to heal wounds from past lives so that they no longer have to carry them and recreate certain patterns. And I feel that in this life, you both have chosen to really heal this deep-seated emotional wound from Atlantis, your lives in Atlantis. And it's really going to strengthen your bond even more. I've asked about timing, and I'm hearing the message to leave it open. So for this group, I'm not getting a specific message on timing of when you'll meet. Just to have faith that you will, because they're your soulmate. They're already with you on a spiritual level, on a soul level, and you probably already meet in your dreams and on the astral. And so focus on that and just continue living your life and believe that they will manifest physically. Remind yourself that you're already together at a soul level. I'm sending you all my love, and thank you, Group 4, for letting me do this reading for you. And if you're interested in doing a private Akashic reading, my information is in the description, and I'll see you at the next one. Hi, Group 5. If you chose the pink amethyst, then this is your reading. And to represent your soul connection in past lives, we have the Stargate Heart chakra opening, unlocking, and generosity. I love this card, it's so beautiful. The energy I feel from this card is that many of you have had past lives with your future spouse in this life. You've had past lives together in Asia. So it could be in ancient times in China, present day China, or Tibet, or even Southeast Asia, Indonesia. And there might be I'm feeling a strong connection with Divine Mother Kuan Yin for both of you in these past lives. I Feel also that you and your future spouse have been married in many past incarnations. I'm seeing a life in Asia where you have a family and you're farmers. I see you in the fields together, cultivating the land. You and your family led a simple life, but your lives are filled with so much joy and happiness and peaceful moments in Asia. And maybe many of you have traveled to Asia. I'm hearing that as well. And have fond memories. And it's believed that, and I've also experienced this myself personally, but when you feel drawn to specific cultures, especially from a young age, and then when you also travel to these places earlier in life, it's usually because you've had past lives in these countries or these regions. Another prominent past life that I'm seeing is during medieval times. So I believe that's 1100s or 1200s, 1300s in Europe. And again, I'm seeing a life centered around farming, a more simple, rustic life in the woods, in smaller towns. And you both traveled with your children or your animals in a wagon. I'm hearing southern France, Spain, and England. Many of you had farms, your own small farm, and would trade goods and produce with the others in town for the different things you needed. So in both of these lives, you're very humble, simple lives, but you both were also so happy and just loved each other so much and experienced so much joy every day, just being together and creating a life together. And for children in this medieval life, I'm seeing a boy and a girl, and you all just are so happy. These next cards represent your soul lessons together. We have adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. And courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. We have also 5 of Pentacles or 5 of Discs. Destitution. The Universe, which is the equivalent to the World card. And King of Swords, Authority. So with those past lives, although you both were very happy, with their Universe card coming up, your lives were filled with so much love, and you both had so much gratitude in those past lives for everything you had, even though you didn't have much. That I feel is represented by the 5 of Pentacles. And so you both really saw the bigger picture and knew what was important. And it wasn't about happiness and joy in life. It's not about material wealth. And you both created such beautiful lives together. And I'm getting the message that in this life together now, you and your future spouse will experience abundance, not only in love and in your strong soul connection, but also materially as well. So you'll experience abundance together in every possible way, abundance in health, in terms of your finances and your love for each other. I'm getting the message also that Many of you and your future spouse or your future partners have experienced adversity and have had to be brave and be courageous with the people in your life, whether that's family or friends. And this is separately. This is in terms of your life before meeting your spouse. You both have had to overcome a lot alone. And you each rose to the occasion and found that inner strength within and that determination. The message is that together as a team, you both will be able to overcome anything, any obstacle that life throws at you. And I'm hearing the message that some of you may either be in a long distance relationship with your person now, with your future spouse now, or in the future when you do meet, there may be a time where you will live far from each other, and so that may be an obstacle that you both have to endure. And certain people in your life may project their own doubt onto you and your relationship. And so some of you may be worried about whether you both will make it and be able to continue your relationship despite the distance. But you both will make it work. And of course, this is your future spouse, and so you end up together, so you don't need to worry about that. But just given all the obstacles that you both had overcome in past lives and in this life, it's almost like the distance is nothing. Like it may seem difficult to other people, and they may say like, wow, like how can you be in a relationship where you don't see the person every day or whatever, but you both know in your hearts that you both are the right person for each other, and the distance will force you guys to communicate quite often via text and by phone and video messaging, video calls, and you both will make it work. And then at some point someone will have to make a decision, or you both will make a decision of how to be in the same place together later. But there may be a period for some of you where you will be living apart, but it will bring you closer. And it may be due to a work opportunity, or someone may have to take care of a family member. But long term, you will be together in the same home. In terms of the energies between you two, I really feel that you both are such balanced people. Like in terms of the chakras, all of the colors are represented here, all the chakras. And with the imagery and the other cards as well, like all these circles and the multitude of colors, I feel that you both have such an intense connection. I feel in all the chakras, but especially the heart. The love that you feel for each other may be overwhelming at times, but in a good way. And I feel you may share visions and have really strong, like a very strong intuitive connection. And also physically, like here with like your spirituality, the crown chakra, like orange with the sacral, I feel that you both connect in every possible way and are so physically attracted to each other, but also to each other's minds and souls. Some of you may not know when you first meet them that that's your person until you really get to know each other. Like, you may find them attractive, but once you really actually get to know each other and have one-on-one conversations, that's when you both are like, whoa, who is this person? And it may develop fast because the connection is so strong and you both really understand each other and get each other. Okay, group 5's higher self, please give us more messages from their spiritual team and the higher selves of their future spouse. Messages that are in their highest good. We have forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You can create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Maybe a past ending of a romantic relationship, or even possibly marriage for some of you. Some of you may have been married before, or your future spouse has. And getting to a place of forgiveness for that past partner may be a block as to why you haven't met yet. And so it's something either you or they're working on. That's okay. Ooh. So this is the imagery. And it says, emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So there's again another message of letting go of past energies and past hurts. Ooh. Okay, this one wants to come out. That's the artwork. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. For some of you who may have to do long distance with your future spouse, I'm getting the message that it'll be so important for you both to support each other and to not criticize the other person, and to just be there for each other and adapt and do your best to communicate as much as possible despite the circumstances and the distance. And because I'm feeling that, like, I'm seeing a couple on the phone, getting frustrated, feeling frustrated with each other because they can't see each other, and the frustration is more because they miss each other as opposed to actually being upset with the other person. It's more about the fact that they miss each other. And so the message here is that from Spirit is to just, you both will learn to adapt, and it'll be so important for you both to support each other no matter what's going on, no matter the reason as to why you both have to spend time apart. Like, that would be difficult, that may be difficult, but you'll get through it. And so knowing that, it's up to you both to choose, like, how to communicate to each other and be vulnerable and express the fact that you're feeling frustrated because they're so far away. And so really tune into your heart when you communicate with them, and it's something you both will do anyway, but it's just a reminder to keep doing that no matter what happens, no matter the difficulties you both experience in your relationship together, in your marriage. And in terms of timing, I'm hearing 3 months. So some of you may meet your future spouse in 3 months from when you watch this, or I'm hearing 3 to 8 months, or also for some of you 1 to 2 years, but it also depends on what you choose in terms of your life path. And remember that these are just general readings, and so take what resonates. But I'm hearing there are 2 groups. Some of you will meet them during this calendar year in 3 to 8 months, and some of you will meet in 1 to 2 years. It all depends on where you're at, and that can be slower or faster depending on the choices you make, the choices they make, divine timing. But that's what I'm hearing right now. Well, thank you, Group 5. I hope these messages resonated. And if you are interested in a personal Akashic reading, my details are below in the description. And I'll see you at the next one. Hi, Group 6. If you chose the celestite, this is your reading. So the card that represents your soul connection and significant past life with your future spouse is Merkaba activation, or Merkaba activation, depending on how you want to say it. It says transcendence, ascension, you are rising up. And in the booklet for this deck, it says that in Hebrew, Merkaba means chariot or vehicle, and it's connected to Ezekiel's visions of angels that traveled in spheres of light. And in ancient Egypt, Mer meant light, Ka meant spirit, and Ba means body, so light, body, spirit. And there is that belief that when these 3 aspects are united and connected, then that person's soul can transcend and ascend into higher planes of existence. And when I was tuning into the energies and connecting with your heavenly teams, your higher selves, the visions that I got were, there was one life that I saw during biblical times, or during the time of Christ in the Mediterranean in Israel. And during that life, you and your future spouse in this life were together and married in that life. And it was quite difficult. You both had to travel from town to town in order to find work and to be able to make enough to feed your children. So I've replaced the candles, and I feel that I've been filming for a few hours, so they were bound to go out at some point. But perhaps the message for this candle going out was just a confirmation that you and your soulmate and your future spouse, in the past lives that I was seeing in the Mediterranean, and for some of you actually in Northern Africa, in ancient Egypt, you both were together and married and had children, but you may have encountered financial hardships. And I'm even feeling at my throat's kind of like getting choked up. I feel that I'm tuning into the sadness and the restrictions that you both felt given the hardships of that time. These next cards represent soul lessons that you both experienced in those past lives together and in this current life. First, we have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. And we have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. We also have Six of Swords, transition. We have the Hierophant. And Fortune, or the Wheel of Fortune. The message that I'm hearing is that you are your future spouse, and I'm feeling most likely your future spouse during these past lives. They may have passed away early in life, and then you may have had to raise your children alone. And of course this can be reversed because these are general readings, but this is the energy that I'm feeling and the visions that I'm getting. This is quite a difficult time when food is scarce and you both had a more nomadic lifestyle, but out of necessity. And so the issues of forgiving your soulmate, forgiving them for leaving early, and then the other soul may still harbor guilt for having transitioned. However, I'm also getting the message that even though one partner died early, in that past life, you both were very connected spiritually, and the partner that passed away would often send signs to the other partner to show that they were still there for them. And so you didn't feel, whoever it is, whether it's you or your future spouse, the person left behind to take care of the family and the children felt alone like physically, but in their heart and on a soul level, they knew that their soulmate and partner was still with them and supporting them from the other side. And with the Fortune card, the Wheel of Fortune, I feel that the message is that despite that loss of the partner early in that past life, in this life, you will be together for a long time until old age. There's a reassurance that that won't repeat, and it'll help both of you to work on forgiveness and healing, letting go of any guilt from those past lives. And so those feelings may come up and you may not realize why they're coming up. And just know that no matter what happens in past lives or other lives, other timelines, current life, anything can be healed. It's just a matter of, it always starts with awareness of why a person feels a certain way when there's no obvious explanation, and then tuning in to your heart, tuning into your energies, and trusting your intuition and your visions and your dreams as to why these difficult emotions may be coming up. You and your future spouse have such a strong physical connection at the sacral chakra with the two orange cards, like the prominent orange in this reading. Very strong, like physical connection, but it's also very spiritual with the with the Hierophant and the Merkaba, you both really get each other on a spiritual level and understand each other, but at the same time you're also very physically attracted to each other and support each other's creativity. I feel like balance is a major theme in your marriage dynamic, and it's because in this significant past life that's coming up, because you both experience such harsh scarcity, you may feel that creating wealth and abundance is a priority, and that's something you may trigger in each other. And while it's of course important, the message here from Spirit, from your spiritual teams and your higher selves, is that it's not everything. And of course, be ambitious and create your abundance financially together, but just know that no matter what, you'll be okay. And the circumstances are very different or flipped from what you experienced in that past life together. You will have abundance in all levels. You won't experience the scarcity that you experienced back then, because times are different now, and the world is not as dense as it was during that time, and you're able to create and manifest abundance in your life more easily than during biblical times. I feel that you both will absolutely get to that place where you'll find that balance in your life together. But I mean, every relationship, every couple has their issues that they're working on, and the soul lessons that partners trigger within each other in order to help each other evolve at the soul level. In your life together, you're going to experience so much that you're going to both encourage the evolution of each other's souls, more so than if you had chosen other partners. Because you both have been together in many lives, but especially that past life in biblical times or in ancient Egypt. You've been through so much together, so many hardships, that you truly can overcome anything. It's almost like you've done it all together. You've seen each other through thick and thin. And then you're meant to come together again in this life to heal these past wounds, and then to continue to evolve and grow and live in abundance this time around, and to grow old together. Let's get some final messages from your higher selves and your angels, your spiritual team. Messages about your love with your future spouse. Messages that are in the group 6 is highest good. This is the imagery. Sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. Yeah, I really feel like I don't need to elaborate on this one, but I do feel it's connected with your physical connection, the sacral chakra. So it's like such a beautiful physical connection, but also spiritual. So beautiful. And the next one I have here is trust. Oh, the imagery, the art. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Because some of you may be in a relationship with this person right now. That's a message that I'm getting. And maybe there's some issues of trust that are being worked through. And so, of course, follow your heart and your intuition and what feels right for you. But the message that is here, the message that is coming through is that transformation is possible. And for those of you who have not met them yet, I think the majority of you have not met them yet, or have not, at least, maybe you've met them, but you have not been in a romantic relationship yet. So you may have met them through work. You may meet them through work or through friends, like at a dinner party or at the bar. And I'm getting the message that if they remind you of someone that you have been involved with in the past, and it may be if it's triggering painful emotions from past hurts with other people, try to work on releasing those emotional wounds from other people and disconnect it for this person, because they're your future spouse, and they may be triggering some pain that you didn't realize you were holding on to. And so it's always an opportunity. It's not always a bad thing. It just shows us, those triggers just show us what we still need to work on, and we're able to heal even another layer of it. So again, with the awareness, it's a good thing. But try to remind yourself to disconnect those past pains from other people, experienced with other people, and disconnect that from this person, because they're your person, and you'll know. I feel like you'll recognize them when you look into their eyes, when you guys see each other and talk to each other. Even just the sound of their voice, you'll hear it. And they'll just feel so familiar. Their energy, you just know, you feel like you've met them, you know them. And it's not that, it's just that you don't really know them in this life, but it's because you've had so many past lives together that you both recognize each other at the soul level, at the energetic level. Your last card, this is the imagery. Ooh, I already know what this is going to say, I think. Passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy. You both are really going to hit it off physically when you first meet, and it's going to be intense. And I think that's a good thing. And it just may catch you both off guard, like, what the heck? Like, why? But with this card and the two orange cards, it's like this connection is on fire. I'll just leave those two like that. Any last messages from your spiritual team? I'm just hearing the message, have fun. Try not to overthink. Have more trust and have trust and faith in your connection that you feel. And of course, do what feels right. And never do anything that doesn't feel right for you. But follow your intuition and your personal judgment and find that balance. And let yourself, and do your best to go with the flow when you meet your future spouse, because they're the one. And you both will just know it. Well, Group 6, I hope these messages resonated. And if you would like to book a personal reading, Akashic reading with me, my information's in the description. and I'll see you at the next one.